Mario, once again, November 3rd, Monday, 2025. This is a video on speed controls. These are a good bunch of speed controls that I just fixed. These were sitting in a box. Over the years, I accumulated quite a bit of these. These are the speed controls that I used to employ on my Bumblebee helicopter with my PalmSize sub-micro helicopters. Here's one of them. And this is missing the speed control. The radio's there, the gyro is there, and this is the way I was flying my helicopters back in the day before there were any companies that were making helicopters, the tiny helicopters, or making the controllers as we now know them as 3-in-1 units, 4-in-1 units, all-in-one units, meaning that it has the speed control and the receiver, the gyros, everything is now they have controllers with 6-axis gyros, so it's very you can get some very stable flights out of these little tiny helicopters. This goes back to those days, and so this is more old school speed control assemblies that I used to use on the sub-micro helicopters, as I mentioned. What I'm going to do is I'm about to test this little guy here, and I acquired some of these from some companies that were making speed controls, for indoor flight. And I believe this came from one of those companies. I forget because it's been so many years. But these obviously are GWS. If you've been in the hobby scene, you probably remember this company. I don't know if they're still around, but GWS, the slow stick, came from GWS, and they used to sell these with for the slow stick and similar airplanes. So I'm about to test this little guy right here. As you can see, well, I'll explain it in just a little while here. Actually, I'm going to do a second part video because I don't have enough time here. But let me just say that the way this is one of the ones that I employ in my PalmSize helicopters back, like I said, when there were no 3-in-1 or 4-in-1 units. So I had to do these things the hard way, the old school way. And so I had to cut down on a lot of the packaging and also the wiring. So you can see here, this one has a battery, of course, the battery volt leads, which are the black and red here, and then there's 2 yellow and a black and a red, and that's for the servo connections. I don't need to duplicate the black and red because that's 5 volts that's applied to the receiver. And these are the signal wires, that connect to the receiver. And so I was doing it this way to cut down on a lot of weight. And of course, the motor's right there, the tail motor and the main motor.